Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com and YouTube and wherever else you're watching this. Thanks as always for watching. Got a lot of questions here, so let's dig right in. Hey Aaron, do you think if John Morrison comes back, WWE should give him a push? Your thoughts? Absolutely. Why bother bringing back John Morrison if you're not going to give him a big push? I think that when Morrison does return, he'll have a lot of fire. He'll be recovered from his injuries, and he's been trying to get work in Hollywood, so I'm sure he's working on his promo skills right now. So when he does return, I think that he's going to have a renewed sense of confidence, and I think it only makes sense for WWE to go all the way with him, and he'll be a fresh face. He's been gone a while, so the only thing to do is to give him a big push, and Morrison is such a talented guy. He shouldn't really be on the sidelines. He should be in there doing his thing, so hopefully if and when he does come back, he will rise to the occasion and reach new heights in WWE. With Raw's ratings as low as it is, do you think USA Network might drop Monday Night Raw from their schedule? Also, what did you think about the CM Punk versus Chris Brown Twitter war? Well, regarding the ratings, it would have to take a major collapse for USA Network to even consider dropping Raw. When you look at TNA Impact's ratings on Spike, Spike is happy with the ratings. And by basic cable standards, WWE Raw is still a big powerhouse in the ratings. And USA Network is happy with them, and it's still a lucrative deal for all sides. So like I said, it would have to take a lot for USA to consider dropping Raw. Even if the ratings are lower than what they've been, they're still really good. That's bottom line. And regarding CM Punk versus Chris Brown, I think if anything, it's a big win for WWE because the WWE champion has spoken out against the abuse of women and women getting battered. And it's gotten WWE a lot of positive mainstream publicity. So I think it's a big win. And as far as them possibly doing something down the line, I think that's unlikely. I think that CM Punk just threw that little jab out there and it got to Chris Brown. And Chris Brown responded and WWE capitalized on it. So props to WWE for it. That's all I got to say. Hey Aaron, what do you think about WrestleMania in New Jersey? Personally, I think they could have chosen a better, by better I mean warmer, place. Do you think Vince took in consideration of his stars wrestling outside in possibly really cold temperatures? I'm sure he took consideration of it, but the fact is this is a huge financial deal for WWE to be going to New Jersey, so they're going to take the risk here. I'm sure they'll have some kind of covering to protect the wrestlers from the elements, but you never know. Like a lot of people mentioned, in New Jersey during April, it's still very cold. It can get down into the 40s, and perhaps there could even be a little bit of snow if things get really crazy. But hopefully it's not too bad, and I think one way or another the fans are going to show up even if the weather's bad. So they just got to hope for the best in terms of that. Hey Aaron, with regard to John Cena's promo on Raw this week, referring to The Rock as Dwayne and a movie star and himself as, I'm sorry, a pro wrestler, it feels like he was just stealing from CM Punk's promo that really got him over. Your thoughts? WWE is very concerned, and rightfully so, that John Cena is going to get booed out of the building at WrestleMania 28. So they're really trying to make it so that when WrestleMania does come along, that there'll be a split reaction. Half the people cheering for Rock, half the people cheering for Cena. And that's what the promo on Monday was all about. Having him come out there and say, I'm a pro wrestler. They're trying to have Cena appeal to the hardcore Attitude Era fans, the older male audience that doesn't like him. And I don't really think it's going to work personally, but they're going to keep trying at it. They still have several weeks to go, so we'll see where it goes from here. Why is WWE considering doing a feud between the GMs to replace Money in the Bank? Whatever they do with this, it will still only be mediocre compared to putting the same guys in a Money in the Bank match, which will get the crowd more excited and make a near-perfect WrestleMania card. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I think that, for one thing, they want to have a match on the card where you can get as many people involved as possible. And perhaps with this tag match, they'll have like 5-on-5, and then you have Laurinaitis in there, and you're just getting a lot of people on the pay-per-view. And perhaps they don't want to put Money in the Bank in there because they feel the card is already stacked enough as it is, and they don't want to add another big stipulation match to it. I really don't know. And I also don't know what's going on with the themed pay-per-views. I mean, at one point, Money in the Bank was scheduled for WrestleMania, and then the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was still going to happen. So I don't know what's going on with that. Perhaps they decided they want to keep the Money in the Bank as a standalone pay-per-view. I don't know. Do you see Big Boss Man being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year? And if so, by whom? Oh, he didn't say this year. He just said in general. I don't know what's going to happen with the Big Boss Man. You have to keep this in mind. There are a lot of guys that have died that would be under consideration for the Hall of Fame. You have Randy Savage. You have guys like Rick Rude. And they're probably going to be ahead of Big Boss Man on the list. You have to keep in mind that WWE is not going to induct a lot of deceased wrestlers in a short period of time. It's going to be spread out over several years. I think perhaps eventually Boss Man will get in, but I honestly don't see it happening anytime soon, and I have no idea who would induct him. Maybe Hulk Hogan because they feuded in the late 80s. Not really sure. Do you think that the Shawn Michaels retirement is partially the reason why Triple H is only semi-active now? When Shawn Michaels left, Triple H did one more pay-per-view and hasn't been active full-time since. I don't really think that Shawn Michaels' retirement has anything to do with Triple H being semi-active now. The bottom line is that Triple H is transitioning from wrestler to businessman, and real life and fiction are going parallel here. So I think that's all it is, and Triple H is just winding down his career. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries, and he's focusing more on the business aspect and getting ready to take over once Vince is gone. So yeah, that's all there is to it. All right, that'll do it for today's edition of No DQ&A Video as the cat itches himself. Thanks again for watching as always, and make sure you stay tuned to youtube.com/NoDQCW. Subscribe, spread the word, and we'll see you next time.